Nithyananda. Let's start with the Guru Vandanam. Let's sit straight. Visualize Swamiji in the third eye. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Bandhatitam Gagana Sadasham Ekam Nityam Vimalachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitamami. The state space finale day, Swamiji will be giving us a great breakthrough. Number second, the Sura Samhara. That means the destruction of all the evil. Yes, the destruction, beautiful space. The beautiful space that Swamiji is creating for all of us to make the higher reality happen, removing all our negative thought current, thought pattern, ideas, views, all that which lives in. He says so beautifully, the whole thing that we understand as our life, the now is not immediate. If you think now is immediate, that is not something respect to time. Now is a powerful cognition. Now is what we have the space whenever we are not projecting the identity. If you do a whatever activity which does not project your identity, your incompletion, your excitement, anything which um, for you to prove something, if you just do a purposeful work, if you let go whatever the societal goals, success, all these words, and whenever you are in the space of doing something which is what you would really want to do without boredom or tiredness, without getting angry or upset in any form, any way it expands you. If you start doing some activity which leads you to such a beautiful space inside you, you don't have to sell inside to get outside. You just need to be silent so that the outside happens so beautiful. Swamiji beautifully says, you have to be like a hollow bamboo. Simply, there is nothing inside it. If you become a hollow bamboo, then healed bamboo, then bamboo, you are in such a space of oneness, such a beautiful space of oneness. That is what something without purpose. So anytime you see yourself that you don't have a purpose in doing what you're doing, then you will be doing the divine's work. You, if you have a goal, if you have an identity, why you're doing, prove yourself, getting attention, getting whatever from outside world to add to you. Whenever you're doing, you are not in the now. Anytime you're doing something which is making you more, in example, you love yoga. You do it for no reason and teach yoga for people for no reason. And these are things which you do for higher context. Not you do swimming and you do more of swimming, it's going to make you satisfied. How much ever gold medal you get, how many ever swimming hours you do, it will not fulfill you. That is why the big artists who sing amazing and they go to a trance and they sing and they deliver, all are drug addicts. Because after that point, they fall into the depression space. They don't know how to hold it because they didn't do it out of consciousness. It just happens in them unconsciously, but they are doing it for a greed, for a name and fame, something they want, or money, something they want to justify their identity. So that is why they fall into depression. You do something higher consciousness. When you do that action, for example, yoga is going to lead you to higher consciousness. If you're doing yoga just purposeless, doing for others, that it will give you a click. The asanas which you never thought you can do, it will take you to the next step. You'll be able to do the asanas because you just love that. Why you're doing for others, you don't know. It's just a joy, you just do it. It has no purpose. When you leave your identity, divine grasps you. And simply Paramashiva lives in you, Swamiji says. When you are holding yourself, you are like a thick bamboo. It has to be drilled. When you become a halo, nothing inside the bamboo, you become the divine space. You let the divine happen through you. You become so fulfilled. You become so beautiful because you are doing for others, which is nothing but you are doing to yourself. Others are reflection of you, which happens in you. Again and again, he refers how others occur in our life, how we occur in our life. If we understand the existential reality of now, now is not immediate, nothing to do with immediate. Now is a space where it's a powerful cognition where you become purposeless, no identity. You don't have any cause or any identity or anything to get out, anything to retrieve or grasp, anything. Just you be purposeless. Simply you become the bamboo, and simply you become the flute in Paramashiva's hand. Ultimate space of oneness. Paramashiva gives a beautiful Tirumular. There is one great saint. He knows how to go from one body to another. He is very famous for that. And many times he does, not once. He sees the cows, and for what reason he goes? He sees the cows left out in he's one of the great saints, 63 Nainamas, and he sees the cows who are not returned back to the home, and the person who's taking care of the cow gets bitten by snake and dies, so goes back home. He doesn't stop that. Then he gets into big trouble because now the body that he is in is a cowherd's body, and the wife is asking and everybody's asking. He gets into trouble, and he again tells everybody, no, he's not that, and he shows how he gets out and gets in, proves in front of everybody, and then shows that he is not the body, he is much beyond. And he doesn't stop with that. He sees one king dying and the wife crying. So he goes again and puts himself into the Kaya Kalpa body. Similar makes the cowherd body that he's already in, which he makes a Kaya Kalpa body. That means it cannot be, it cannot die, right? It has to be eternal, how Swamiji says. So he makes it, hides it in a cave, and goes to this kingdom, becomes the king, because the wife is crying. Wife is poor wife, she's a very authentic wife. So the wife shows the king's body and stays as that. It is not near you, you're so blissful and you give such powerful cognition. This doesn't sound like my husband. Who is that? And then he says, no, I am the ruler. I am a great siddhar because your husband. So if you ask, go back to this body and go back, because I have to get back to my Kaya Kalpa body. This is not Kaya Kalpa body. King's body is very bad. He says that. And she says, want somebody burn that Kaya Kalpa body? He says, no, only if you use these herbs and these way you do it, you can burn it. He tells her how to burn it also. She goes and burns it off. And then Tirumular goes and finds out that his body is burnt. And he says, oh my God, second time my body is burnt. First, I took the cow herd, my body was burnt. Again, I made a Kaya Kalpa body, and then also I gave the whole secret, and my body is burnt. He laughs. He says, what is this? Again and again, my body is gone. If I leave my body and go, my body is gone. And then he walks by and he sees some young man who is meditated, and he just didn't do things properly, and he died there itself. So he says, maybe this is the body I have to occupy. And then he puts that Tirumular into that body and creates king's body as a tree, Arasamaram. The Arasamaram people tree is called Arasamaram because he put the king into that tree. He plays with everything. He just, I'm telling you how planet Earth, Tirumular, unfortunately it's in Tamil, the whole story. It's so amazing how he can play with his body, simply like whatever, whether he wants to be inside or whether he wants to be outside his body. Such beautiful people lived, so many of these siddhas, and Swamiji meets so many siddhas that he talks about. The Narayana Swami Tata, he was able to just in a leaf tell all the things which are happening. All these were possible because they did not have a purpose. That's what Swami, that Narayana Swami Tata literally makes a medicine and eats and literally dies and comes back to give that medicine to somebody. This is how people live. And they don't have a problem to die and come back. The body, the thing, able to body just for just leave their body and get into another's body for no reason. They are living and doing
Did we lose her? Okay. That's not good though.
She'll be back.
She'll come back.
The beautiful space, purpose, even to the extent of letting go their body, forget whatever they are saying, of even mere small things that we are talking about. They are ready to sacrifice their body or even their life for no reason, just for the higher purpose. Just for the higher purpose, how they really think Mata has to go home, or the kingdom has to function. Just for higher purpose of the reality, they are able to let go themselves. That's why they become like a flute. The space becomes so beautiful. That is why the now is not immediate. Now is such a beautiful space where you are purposeless and serving the people who are towards the higher consciousness. That becomes your beautiful space of now. The more and more you cherish that as your lifestyle, that as your innate nature, then you will start living for higher purpose, higher cognition, and you will be relieved from all these bondage, all that which is binding you, and troubling you for no reason. You're running against a goal which doesn't even exist. How much ever you go, how much ever medal you get, how much ever you understand, it will simply show you it does not satisfy you. It's like you eat 10 ice creams and then 11th ice cream you don't want to eat. You are very clear how much ever you like it, you cannot eat. So that is what happens when you health. Even your health, you chase something outside you, it all lives inside you as more and more flowering from inside happens. Nothing from outside can touch us. Nothing from outside is worth even thinking about it. The more and more you're inside, you will start flowering more and more into a beautiful space, and you'll see things happening around you, higher and higher clicks. Like I said, yoga. If you like cooking for somebody, there are Nainamars who just cook for others. They will not eat unless they feed once to just for cooking for others. They will cook for other Shiva people just as a grateful practice. So they just love it, and they will start doing that as a beautiful purposeless activity which will expand them. This is how the society lived for higher purpose only, the whole society. That is why Swamiji says when Buddha was giving enlightenment, whole country was Buddha. And he was able to do it because wherever you are, everybody will talk about the same thing. Here, he has to give you in the online, at your home, at your things, and give you so much of Shastra Pramana, Atma Pramana, Apta Pramana to manifest all the powers. But they were real beautiful people. When you literally start living purposeless, you'll manifest huge powers. That is what Swamiji says. The Trivooder is one of the great Siddha, great saint who lived as human. He started living this higher consciousness, higher dimension, only because he doesn't have any purpose. He doesn't have any purpose as to what he was doing. So I want you to look in your goals, your societal things, which you're bind at. Even your societal will get satisfied. It's not that it's going to disappear. You're not going to leave your job. You're not going to leave your kids, whatever, but it cannot bind you. Things which bind you actually stops you from making it happen. What you want to make it happen, it stops you. Whenever you have some agenda there, any agenda. But if you have a higher purpose, and without any purpose, you start functioning in that dimension, simply you will see the higher and higher clicks happen. That will give the real fulfillment, because that is what who you are. Who you are is the higher dimension. When the Gurukul adolescents refused to do the Akashic reading, I just made them to go and do their Akashic reading. When they found out the higher purpose of them, simply they started doing third eye reading, Akashic reading, everything they started reading. Because the minute you know the higher purpose of you, each one of you are Paramashiva. You came here to planet for higher purpose, higher reality, not for struggling. All the struggle, let go, unclutch. Whatever you're struggling with, whatever you think is a struggle, is only the laser beams which are thrown to create your identity. If you let go and switch off the laser beam, simply you will see, you will fulfill that, and you will raise higher also. In your higher frequency, higher cognition, everything starts raising in you. And clarity happens in life. So much clarity happens in your life. So you will start enjoying that space. So let's take 5 minutes. You write down all that goals, ideas, views, whatever society has drilled into you, that this looks so real. Those are the things which are actually, even the worries. Incompletion is one side. The goals, the ideas, the views, whatever you're having, which is only limited. If you remove that, you get unlimited resources. That's all. Swamiji beautifully says, if I give the 2 strands of DNA to catch the 12 strands of DNA, if you give up your small identity, You get the whole, you become the king itself. And after that, you can decide what you want to do. You are a soldier only if you are fighting with all these incompletions, goals, and everything. You give up that soldier, you become the king. After that, everything is yours. You create everything what you want as reality. Such beautiful space. So let's start taking few minutes, write down all the incompletions with and goals, views, ideas which is binding you, and complete with the space of how you can be purposeless. Again and again, the space, the no meaning. Life has no meaning. The M, it is not sunya, but it is purnatva. Only in purnatva, the whole space, hiranya garbha can happen. If you give up all these identity, you'll understand the 25 states, 25 actions of Paramashiva and higher reality. That is why Swamiji is given the Kailashas, activity, SMK, activity, causing activity, so many things to remove everything. He has given all these things. So whatever you want to take it to the extreme and start becoming the higher self of yourself. So first, let's complete with it and then go to the power manifestation. See where all you have goals, you have views, your ideas, and purpose on all that. And no need to do anything with that except unclutch from that. Those identities are not you. Those identities are not you. The real you, which is in the now, when you do something out of no purpose for a higher reason, simply expands you. Look at things where you are expanding for without tiredness and boredom. No irritation, no frustration. You can keep on doing that and you never get tired of it. That space in you, open up that space in you and write down those things what you would like to do as a higher purpose, which will open up the new space in you where you will not be tired, you will not have boredom, but it has no purpose. It doesn't create any identity. Those are the moments which you are in the now. Because in now, there is no identity. It is only a cognition where you become Paramashiva. When you let go, you divine comes and occupies you. You have to let, because you are not you now. The click is ultimate. You know you are Paramashiva. What is left in you is only Paramashiva. So let's take few minutes. I'll play the Mahavakya, and if you have any question, put it in the Zoom chat.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Playing the sutra.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of Sutra, Sutra 1.19. Shakti Sandhane Sharirotpatihi. Shakti Sandhane Sharirotpatihi.
By aiming and fixing the self on Shakti, uniting in oneness with the supreme power, the embodiment of that which is cognized and will manifest at once the length, breadth, depth, times, space, dimension. How this Tirumular simply was able to fix on any of the space that he had and simply unite with the Paramashiva and start functioning as such a beautiful space. That is quite possible when we understand it is something when we don't do it for any of our needs and our own self, but do it for a reason which is higher purpose. Simply it opens up in us. That is the self on Shakti, the now, the energy. The more and more we are energy, the electricity, we are all pervading everywhere and we become one with everything. The more and more we are in the gross body, Swamiji says we are only after food or comfort or name, fame, all these ideas of the outer world. The more and more we become subtler, the more and more manifestation happens, and more the dimension becomes the Shakti itself. Then we can take any form, any dimension of Paramashiva, we'll be able to manifest. So we'll go to the instruction. We'll contemplate on the 25 actions of Paramashiva, the zillions of years implemented in the now, continuously, spontaneously, and simultaneously. And it is happening in now for all of us. Let's contemplate on these higher truths and start chanting the Mahavakya, which should awaken us to the higher reality. Chanting the higher Mahavakya raises to the higher reality. Anytime, anything you're stuck, because you're stuck is your identity is prominent in that. So when you remove that identity by chanting the Mahavakya, your Mahavakya will be in the throat continuously. Swamiji says the minute you close your eyes, you'll hear only the Mahavakya. To that extent, you will start feeling the Mahavakya inside you. And it will be so sweet. Yeah, just a minute. It'll be so sweet inside you. You'll start flowering so beautiful. So let's sit straight. Visualize Swamiji in the third eye, the back, neck, and head in a straight line. Deeply connect with Swamiji and contemplate on the zillions of years implanted in the now. The Shrishti, Siddhi, Samhara, Prabhava, and Anugraha. Constantly the 25 actions of Paramashiva which is happening. Contemplate on that, whether you understand or not, just contemplate on that. And chant the Mahavakya. Keep the mind within this space. That's all we need to do. Simply so much of energy will start happening in us. So let's start with the Mahavakya.
See yourself as 25-headed, 50-handed Paramashiva, as eternally 16, youthful. Commit with Paramashiva. Only He exists. Anything else is delusion. Now, sit straight. We'll enter into the process. Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Beautiful space. All your experience, please go ahead and post it in the Kailash Kotyat manifesting power space. Now the internet has become stable. Only when I'm speaking, it was not fine. So go ahead, post it in the Kailash Kotyat. Again and again, I'm saying that because all these leelas, what Swamiji is showing, simply record it, especially the kids, Tracy, Matthew, all these kids can record all these things, and it'll be so nice after a few years they see how many things has gone past since they started manifesting. Go ahead and start recording everything in that, and I want to share with you the healing, whatever you want from Balasans, please send a picture and the message what you want for healing. Every day Balasans are doing the healing. They will simply start sending you back the details. Even people who are not connected, you can send the detail and they are doing the healing every day. So they are purposeless work or purposeless healing that they do every day. So go ahead and send the pictures to this ID. You can send to this ID mama.advait@nithyananda.org. Every day they do the healing after the Pada Puja. They do the healing and then only they will come to the satsang. So you can send the details and we can forward it to the. And also I wanted to share the Parivarajaka. Go and share this Kayakalpa and Parivarajaka, and you can write the story of the Tirumuthing he is and how he had a Kayakalpa body and how he used it for going from one body to another, and he can come back and he said, I want the Kayakalpa body, not this body. So such amazing possibility people have lived and created that Kayakalpa body, because it is something which cannot and outer world. Simply they start creating a higher reality and the body becomes so good to live eternal. And I want to show you how we have the programs aligned, and all these programs are happening. Kalpatru every week is happening. NDY, NKY also they're going to announce dates. Nithyanandam is going to start from Tuesday. It's happening in Trinidad. Of course, I think before itself it has to be registered. Inner Awakening is happening December 20th. December 20th. Inner Awakening is happening, and happening in Bidadi. Inner Awakening is run by Acharya Paramashivam. Swamiji himself is conducting, and of course Inner Awakening, all the darshans, all the mandalas, Swamiji will only be initiating. Without Swamiji, how can we function? The Acharya will be taking the classes in Inner Awakening. Paramashivam, Swamiji himself will be taking the classes. So these are the beautiful programs that we used to do step by step, one after another. We used to call them ASP, NSP and all that. Now Swamiji has given a different look to the whole thing, all power-based, third eye power of manifesting reality, manifesting health and wealth, transformation of pain, and finally the space of enlightenment and ultimate powers of existence. So go ahead and share all these to everybody how they can also start participating in any of them and becoming the beautiful space of oneness. Swamiji is providing us with the ultimate space, the beautiful space for us to become the great yogis, the possibility that exists beyond the human body, the divine body that we are in. We can start experience that through all these powers. That's why everyday power manifestation literally drills us into the higher consciousness. Yes, thank you so much. The beautiful space of oneness creates the ultimate space for us to manifest everything. So let's thank Swamiji. Let's surrender all these Shaktis to Swamiji's lotus feet. Deep prayer. Swamiji, thank you for all this powerful cognition and power manifestation. And sorry for all the internet connection. And with that, let's sit straight, visualize Swamiji in the third eye, and end with the Purna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Om. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, each and every one of you. Nithyananda. See you in satsang. Don't miss the satsang. Very important satsang. Be there. Thank you, Nithyananda.
Bye, Ma.
Thank you, Mon.